Welcome to an Insider Special Report. I'm Jarret Johnson, and the day that many Tech fans had been anticipating and kind of looking for has happened, has come. Matt Wells has been officially terminated as head coach at Texas Tech after not even 3 full seasons. Basically 2 2/3 seasons, which I know out there from a lot of you that I hear from, it was long enough to get an idea of whether he was the right man for the job. Well, Cumbie, the man who actually hired him, it was his hire. Apparently, well, he did. Fired Coach Wells, and he also named offensive coordinator Sonny Cumbie as the interim head coach for the rest of the season. So there's a lot to unpack here. Sunday, I actually, I posted on the board that, look, there's a lot of smoke. Nothing concrete, but looks like something was imminent, or sounded like from who I was talking to and what they were saying. Like it was imminent. But then Matt Wells did the Zoom, and as I posted on the board, he even called my son to wish him happy birthday, and I talked to him, and he seemed like he was expecting to coach the rest of the year. I mean, everything he was saying, anybody in their right mind would have thought that that's the way he was thinking. But Monday morning, Cumbie did dismiss Matt Wells as head coach. So, first off, like I said, I mentioned him calling my son to say happy birthday. That's very nice. And Coach Wells is always going to have a friend in me. And if there's anything I could ever do for him and his family, and I've told him as much, this morning, then I'll be there to do anything I can. I'm a big fan of Matt Wells, the man. But this is big boy college football. And bottom line is, he didn't win enough here at Texas Tech. 13-17, I believe, was the overall record. And the Big 12 record was poor. And then the final straw was this heartbreaking loss to Kansas State. I believe that was the final straw, unless something else happened between the game Saturday and Monday. But, the 25-24 loss against a Kansas State team, that's just not good. We were looking at it. I was talking with some Kansas State guys, like, man, you were right. We were arguing over who was worse before the game, and after seeing the beginning with all the penalties and the mistakes, I was like, man, Kansas State is terrible. Tech should beat them, and it looked like they were on their way to doing so, right? 14-0 start, and then a 14-point lead at the half, only to be shut out in the second half and lose 25-24. So Texas Tech is 5-3, 2-3 in the Big 12, and here is Sonny Cumbie's audition, his chance to audition. But it's not going to be easy because they face 4 opponents that are ranked in the top 25 to finish the season, starting with number 4 Oklahoma this Saturday in Norman. So, that's about as hard as it gets in the Big 12. Then you have Iowa State here in Lubbock, Oklahoma State here in Lubbock, and then you finish the season in Waco at Baylor. So, who's been a lot better than I think any of us expected going into the season. So, it's not going to be easy for Sonny Cumbie, but I've also learned from a good source that Texas Tech is going to use a search committee, much like they did with the hiring or promotion of Mark Adams. So it's going to be Cumbie is going to be on it, and then there'll be some other, I'll say Texas Tech people that'll be on that search committee. Now, if they hire a consulting firm and all that, I don't know the details yet, but there is a 5 o'clock press conference scheduled for today, so just here in a couple hours, and I will be there, and Mighty Joe and I will have a video after that, and then we'll have a podcast as well, talking about everything. I think the next question is, all right, who's going to be the next head coach at Texas Tech? Well, Sonny Cumbie is someone to consider. We'll see how this goes. But a couple other names that have already been mentioned. I think Pete Thamel was Sports Illustrated, tweeted out, and it's been posted on Inside the Riveters as well, that Jeff Traylor from UTSA and Sonny Dykes from SMU are 2 guys to consider as top targets. And yeah, I agree with that. That's what I would have said too, going into this is, that's correct. That's what I've heard. And, obviously I'm very familiar with Sonny Dykes, given his ties to Texas Tech and family tie, everything, just with Texas Tech and West Texas. And I've been very, a lot of people point to his problems at Cal, and I don't see him having that kind of problem at Tech. Some of the things he had with culture and everything at Cal. I just don't think he'll have that at Tech that he did at Cal. He knows the culture at Texas Tech about as good as anybody I can imagine. But what he's done at SMU has been very impressive. Now, You could also argue, like, are some of the things he's done at SMU, will he be able to do that at Texas Tech? I don't know. Like the way they've incorporated and kind of merged with the city of Dallas, which has been really smart, and the way they've used that to recruit and everything with their uniforms, just their whole culture, it's been impressive. And, top 25 team. So I like Dykes as an option. Jeff Traylor, I don't know a ton about him other than what he's done at UTSA, and it's very impressive. So I'm obviously going to be doing a deep dive very soon into Traylor, but I know the big bullet points on him, and the bottom line is he's got an undefeated ranked top 25 team at UTSA, so that's all I need to hear to get me interested. He had my curiosity, and now he has my attention. He had my curiosity with a 7-5 season last year. Now he has my attention with this undefeated ranked UTSA squad. So I think that's a good starting point, but we'll see. I haven't heard, other than that, I haven't heard anything from sources in terms of other guys to really keep an eye on. Matt Wells came out of left field. He was mentioned as a candidate, and I was kind of like, but then when it became obvious he was the guy, it was just it was shocking. But that has come to an end. So Kirby Hocutt will have a press conference at 5. I'll be there. I'll definitely have some questions for him. It'll be interesting to see what he says. And then we'll go from there. Be looking for tons of content on Inside the Red Raiders about the coaching change, hot board, all that stuff's coming up. So with that, I want to thank you for watching, and until next time.